Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors. Today we are diving into some of the most rare, valuable, and most wanted coins in United States history. And this is not a joke, not a fantasy series, and definitely not a scam. These are real coins that have sold for life-changing money. Imagine holding a single coin in your hand and realizing it is worth more than a luxury mansion. We are talking about legendary pieces like the 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle, a coin so rare that one example sold for over $18 million, making it one of the most expensive coins ever sold on Earth. Then there's the mysterious 1913 Liberty Head nickel, only 5 known to exist. Just 5. One of them sold for millions, and collectors still dream of discovering another hidden in an old family collection. And don't forget the famous 1943 bronze Lincoln cent, a wartime minting mistake that turned a simple penny into a six-figure treasure. One small error, one massive fortune. These are not ordinary pocket change coins. These are history. These are power. These are once-in-a-lifetime discoveries. Some were struck in secret. Some were never meant to leave the mint. Some were created by accident during wartime metal shortages. But today, they are the holy grail for serious collectors across America. So before you ignore that old coin jar in your house, before you spend that ordinary penny, make sure you watch this video until the end, because the next rare coin story might shock you, and the next million-dollar discovery could be closer than you think. Coin collectors today, we are starting with one of the most famous and misunderstood coins in American history, the 1976 $1 coin. And what I am about to tell you might completely change the way you look at this coin forever. In 1976, the United States celebrated 200 years of independence, and to honor that historic moment, special bicentennial coins were released across the country, including the legendary dollar coin featuring President Dwight D. Eisenhower and the powerful Liberty Bell with the moon in the background. This was not just a normal design. This was a patriotic symbol of American freedom, strength, and history. The Eisenhower dollar instantly became one of the most collected modern dollar coins in the United States. Millions were produced. But here is where things get very interesting, because not all 1976 dollar coins are equal, and some are worth far more than face value. Most people think this coin is common and ordinary, but hidden within the mintage are rare varieties, special silver compositions, and high-grade condition coins that can sell for hundreds and even thousands of dollars depending on quality, mint mark, and preservation. First, you need to understand that there were two main types produced in 1976: the copper nickel-clad version made for circulation, and the special 40% silver version struck for collectors. These silver versions were never meant for everyday spending, and many people still do not realize they own one. The silver bicentennial dollar was struck in San Francisco and carries the S mint mark, and when found in perfect, uncirculated, or proof condition, these coins can bring serious money in the collector market, especially when graded at the highest levels. Now, here is where it becomes shocking. Certain 1976 dollars graded in extremely high mint state condition, such as MS-67 or higher, have sold for thousands of dollars at auction, simply because flawless examples are much harder to find than people expect. But that is not all. There are also rare error coins from 1976, including double die varieties, off-center strikes, and other mint mistakes that dramatically increase value when authenticated. Many collectors overlook the 1976 dollar because of its high mintage, but condition rarity is what separates an ordinary coin from a valuable treasure. A coin pulled from circulation with scratches and wear may only be worth $1. But a perfectly preserved example stored carefully for decades can become a premium collectible. The design itself tells a powerful story. The Liberty Bell superimposed over the moon represents America's past and future together, showing the spirit of independence reaching into space during the height of the space race era. That combination makes this coin historically important and visually iconic. So the big question is, can a 1976 $1 coin really be valuable? The answer is yes, but only under the right conditions. Silver content, rare errors, or extremely high-grade preservation are the key factors. Before you spend that old dollar coin sitting in your drawer, check the mint mark, check the edge, look for the silver version, weigh the coin, and most importantly, examine the condition carefully because what looks ordinary at first glance could surprise you. This is only the beginning of our journey into rare and valuable American coins. And if you think a simple $1 coin cannot hold hidden value, wait until you see what is coming next, because some of the coins we will reveal later are worth more than a brand new luxury car. Stay tuned, coin collectors, because the history, the rarity, and the shocking values are just getting started. Coin collectors, today, we are uncovering the shocking truth about the 1974 $1 coin and why this powerful piece of American history is more important and more valuable than most people realize. When you hear 1974 dollar coin, many people immediately think it is common, ordinary, and only worth $1. But that assumption has caused collectors to miss out on serious money because the story behind this coin is deeper, more dramatic, and far more valuable than it appears at first glance. The coin we are talking about is the legendary Eisenhower dollar, featuring President Dwight D. Eisenhower on the front and the bold eagle landing on the moon on the reverse, a design inspired by the Apollo 11 mission and created during one of the most powerful eras of American history. This coin represents strength, leadership, and the space age. But what makes the 1974 issue so interesting is not just the design, it is the hidden value inside certain versions that collectors are hunting for right now. First, you need to understand that 1974 dollars were struck in multiple locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and each mint produced coins with different characteristics, different finishes, and different levels of rarity. Most 1974 dollar coins were made from copper nickel clad for circulation, but the San Francisco Mint also produced special 40% silver collector versions, and those silver coins instantly carry more intrinsic value simply because of their precious metal content. But here is where it becomes shocking: condition is everything. Millions of 1974 dollars were produced, but finding one in truly flawless high mint state condition is extremely difficult because these large, heavy coins were known for getting bag marks, scratches, and contact damage very easily. That means a 1974 dollar graded at MS67 or higher is incredibly rare compared to the total number minted, and high-grade examples have sold for thousands of dollars at auction simply because collectors compete aggressively for the best preserved pieces. Now let us talk about errors, because this is where hidden treasure can explode in value. There are known double die varieties on some 1974 dollars, along with off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and other mint mistakes that turn an ordinary coin into a rare collectible when authenticated by professional grading companies. Some collectors have discovered 1974 dollars with dramatic strike errors that sell for far more than face value, and these coins are still out there, waiting to be found in old collections, estate sales, and forgotten coin jars. Another important factor is the 1974 S-proof silver version, which was sold in special government packaging, and when these proof coins remain in perfect deep cameo condition, they can command strong premiums in the collector market. What makes this coin even more fascinating is that during the early 1970s, the United States was dealing with inflation, economic pressure, and the aftermath of the end of the silver standard. So large dollar coins were not widely used in everyday commerce. That limited circulation in many areas, which creates interesting survival patterns for collectors today. The truth is, most people ignored the Eisenhower dollar series for years, focusing instead on older silver coins, but now serious collectors are re-examining the series and recognizing condition rarity as a powerful driver of value. Imagine finding a 1974 dollar in an old box of coins, thinking it is just a heavy piece of change, and later discovering it is a rare high-grade example worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That is the kind of shocking discovery that keeps coin hunters searching every single day. So before you dismiss the 1974 $1 coin as ordinary, take a closer look, check the mint mark, inspect the condition, search for doubling or unusual features, and if it looks exceptional, consider professional grading, because small details can mean big money. This is not hype, this is not fantasy, this is the reality of modern coin collecting, where overlooked coins can become rising stars in the market. And if you think the 1974 dollar is surprising, just wait, because the next coin we reveal might completely change the way you look at your collection forever. Stay ready, coin collectors, because hidden value is everywhere and sometimes it is hiding in plain sight. Collectors today, We are stepping into one of the most aggressive and controversial stories in modern American coin. Collecting the powerful and unpredictable 1972 $1 coin. Most people look at a 1972 dollar and laugh. They say it is big, it is heavy, it is common, it is only worth $1. But that kind of thinking is exactly why rare varieties slip through fingers and end up making other collectors very rich. The coin we are talking about is the bold and historic Eisenhower dollar, featuring President Dwight D. Eisenhower on the front and the dramatic eagle landing on the moon on the reverse, a symbol of American dominance in the space race and national pride. But here is where things turn abrasive and intense, because the 1972 dollar is not just one coin, it is multiple varieties, and one specific variety has shocked the coin world for decades. Within the 1972 Philadelphia minted coins, there are three major reverse types known as Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3. And if you do not know the difference, you could accidentally spend a small fortune without even realizing it. The 1972 Type 2 reverse is the heavyweight champion of this series. This variety has a distinct Earth design above the eagle on the reverse with fewer islands and a more detailed globe. It was struck from a different reverse die, and far fewer were produced compared to the other types. Collectors hunt this coin aggressively because it is significantly scarcer, and when found in high mint state condition, it can sell for hundreds and even thousands of dollars depending on grade. And here is the brutal truth. Most people cannot tell the difference. They throw all 1972 dollars into the same pile, not knowing that one small design detail on the globe can separate a $1 coin from a serious collector prize. Now let us talk about condition, because this is where the pressure rises. The 1972 dollar was produced in large numbers, but these coins were stored in bags stacked against each other, causing heavy contact marks, scratches, and surface damage. That means truly clean. High-grade examples are far rarer than mintage numbers suggest. An ordinary circulated 1972 dollar may only bring face value, but a 1972 Type 2 in MS66 or MS67 condition can bring serious auction results, because advanced collectors compete fiercely for premium examples, and we are not done yet. There are also error coins from 1972, including doubled dies, strike-through errors, and off-center strikes that dramatically increase value when authenticated. These mistakes were created inside the mint, and once certified, they become explosive pieces in the market. Do not forget about the 1972 S silver proof version struck in 40% silver. These were sold directly to collectors, and when preserved in deep cameo-proof condition, they carry both silver content value and collector premium. The reason this coin feels abrasive in the collecting world is because it punishes ignorance. If you do not study the varieties, you lose. If you do not check the reverse globe, you miss opportunity. If you assume it is common, you hand value to someone else. The Eisenhower dollar series was once ignored for years, but serious collectors now recognize that condition rarity and key varieties, like the 1972 Type 2, are the foundation of long-term value growth. Imagine finding a 1972 dollar in an old drawer, flipping it over, and realizing the Earth design matches the rare Type 2 reverse. That single moment could transform an overlooked coin into a major discovery. This is not exaggeration. This is how modern coin collecting works. Knowledge creates profit. Attention creates opportunity. So the next time you see a 1972 $1 coin, do not dismiss it. Do not assume it is ordinary. Flip it. Examine the globe. Study the details. Because inside that heavy piece of metal could be a hidden gem that most people are too careless to notice. And trust me, coin collectors, this is only one chapter in the Eisenhower dollar story. The deeper you go, the more intense it becomes, and the more shocking the values can get. Stay sharp, stay focused, and never underestimate a coin just because others do.